Hey there, this is Joe Bills here, your certified alcohol and substance abuse counselor. How to grow weed legally in Z. With many countries across the globe legalizing of medical marijuana or industrial hemp, many people are interested to learn about the seemingly lucrative business worth billions of dollars. Or is it? According to the Cannabis Act 33 of 2021, for the cultivation, production, manufacture, storage, distribution, import and export of cannabis for medical, scientific or research purposes, you require a license which provides guidance and security measures to be undertaken from a lead agency. The lead agency is in charge of purchasing harvested cannabis not later than 4 months after the end of the harvest. Lead agency in Zambia is the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies under Act 2019. The lead agency has an exclusive right to buy, trade, maintain stocks and export for medical, scientific or research and not for recreational uses. Without a license from a lead agency, a person cannot cultivate, manufacture, produce, store, distribute, import or export. Who qualifies for a license? A person with a security clearance from a lead agency. A person with an approved application after 90 days from the date of application. A person who meets the requirements prescribed by law. Some type of licenses are renewed every 5 years and can be suspended or revoked if rules are not followed. Note that a convict serving 6+ months can't be given a license, and the conviction leads to revocation of the license if one has it, and the holder fails to show cause as of why it shouldn't be revoked within 2 weeks. If one has gotten a criminal record, it has to expire first. Quality control. Despite the common misconception, not any kind of weed can be grown, but only a special kind known as industrial hemp, which is devoid of THC, and inspections are made to ensure quality control is done. Growing uncontrolled or wild cannabis can lead to a jail sentence up to 5 years. What is industrial hemp? Industrial hemp, according to Cannabis Act 2021, does not contain Delta-9 THC exceeding 0.3%, and thus it cannot make a person high, no matter how it is abused. An independent laboratory shall verify, test and analyze seed or plant variety grown to ensure that prescribed legal limits are always conformed to. Industrial hemp is very different from the recreational weed, and because it lacks high levels of THC, it is not only safe but different from the Bob Marley type of edibles, so don't confuse the two. Industrial hemp is useful in a variety of commercial and industrial products such as ropes, paper, clothes, bioplastic, biofuel, and insulation, to mention but a few. Security measures of a licensed premises. A licensee shall ensure compliance of the law to avoid risk of diversion, risk of contamination, as the act does not apply to cultivation of cannabis with THC levels exceeding the prescribed legal limit. Electronic visual recorders, in other words, camera systems approved by Zictor with motion detectors for intruders or unauthorized persons, and 24/7, 365 monitoring all times. Intrusion detection systems on the premise monitored 24 hours by qualified personnel. Physical barriers that prevent any unauthorized manufacture or storage of cannabis for medical, scientific, or research purposes. Restricted access to only personnel who work there, in other words, members of staff. Licensed activity area. These must be approved by the NCC, the Cannabis Coordination Committee, and appropriate lead agencies strictly. Licensed designated areas must be an area exceeding 25 kilometers radius from the nearest public or private school, public park, or rehab center, where cultivation conforms with all security measures and other requirements under the Act. These premises can only be leased, rented, transferred to another person with the authority of the lead agency, and doing so illegally gets your license revoked fine or a jail sentence. The president has the powers to choose any area and use it as a licensed activity area under the Constitution of Zambia. Is hemp illegal in Zambia? Cannabis Act 33 and the Industrial Hemp Act 84 of May 2021 permits the production and export of cannabis for medical and export purposes. This enactment was made after Cabinet sat in 2019 and permitted the same. However, terms and conditions apply, prescribed by the law and policies of the Republic of Zambia. You require a license. As at the making of this video, no one has been granted one yet. Barriers to entry to the industry. Growing legal weed around the world attracts a lot of taxation and regulations and legal fees worldwide, and these are the indirect ways in which only the big boys are allowed into the exclusive club. Not every Jim and Jack can participate in the legal trade. Legal trade is not easy, as you need necessary paperwork that permits and ticks all the check boxes and very high operational costs. Growing industrial hemp requires use of high technology, high-tech machinery to ensure a higher yield compared to growing naturally outdoors. Using high-tech lighting, irrigation systems, sprays and fertilizers, the hemp plant can be tricked into believing it is time to flower, and these increase the yield 5 to 6 times. This is done by dialing the light and dark cycles inside the shades where the plants are grown, and this artificially amends the pace at which the hemp plant grows, unlike natural plants which flower once a year. Spectrum of light, density of light, and how much current can run through the lights can be controlled to increase the yield and hemp size in a highly competitive market, but $1 billion trade, with companies such as Coca-Cola and countries such as Canada also jumping in. Ecological impact of hemp production. Negative impact of hemp on environment. Land is easily destroyed by the pesticides and fertilizers applied on the industrial hemp fields, as the growers try to get rid of rats, insecticides, birds and other animals from destroying their crops, affecting even large animals that prey on them. Enormous amounts of water is used. Risk of forest fires also increases. Potential damage to eyes from the ultraviolet lights leads to many workers becoming blind or with poor eyesight. Degradation of ecosystems. Greenhouse gas emissions like carbon monoxide and also pollution of soil, groundwater or streams from dangerous chemicals used in the growing process, such as pesticides and fertilizers dumped in the rivers. Large electricity consumption due to specialized lighting requirements, and also the risk of electric shock to the workers. Despite the impact not being so devastating compared to other industrial activities, the risk is ever present and monitoring is cardinal to safeguard the planet. Research on industrial hemp is ongoing on how industrial hemp can be used further in the medical field to cure cancer, diabetes and other diseases. Important things to avoid if you wish to obtain a license to grow industrial hemp. Life cycle of industrial hemp. It is about 3.5 months from seed to flowering stage. After export, industrial hemp can be extracted into oils and extracts which can then be preserved to have a larger shelf life and used in making various products such as candy, drinks, vapes, vape oils for smoking, steam with THC, foods such as cakes, even cooking oil, lotions and edibles, drinkables, tropical tinctures to help in the medical use such as cancer patients and help enhance appetite in others, and joints for recreational use. The extraction also requires very expensive equipment, which is a very big barrier to entry for many, compared to the production stage, which also requires millions of dollars worth of warehouses to stay competitive with the next farmer. Can legalization work? Only time will tell if Zambia can benefit or make huge profits from the $1 billion trade, where countries such as Canada have grossed more than $4 billion. Kindly like, comment and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more content like this on sex, drugs and alcohol and your mental health issues. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Watch my next video on detox and treatment to learn more on how rehabilitation and treatment works. Thanks for watching.